I get it. You think you're doing the right thing to increase your testosterone. You're going to the gym, you're eating healthy, you're getting your 8 hours of sleep. But you didn't realize that truly everything in your life is made for you to become infertile, to lose your gains, and ultimately for your life to end sooner rather than later. So in this video at Book Club, I'm going to share all of the information from the book Estrogeneration by Anthony J. This is going to be absolutely game changer for you to get your testosterone back on track, similar to the levels of our previous ancestors, before there was a war on men. Hey, what's going on? My name's Jax, and on this channel, I document my journey in the online high ticket sales space, whilst also sharing a few general tips and tricks to improve your life. So if you're new here, make sure to hit subscribe. So in this video, we're going to be referring to a term called estrogenics. Estrogenics, put simply, are artificial estrogen that binds to your estrogen receptor. In other words, this is foreign estrogen that the body did not create. This is the shit we don't want added as a man. Now, before I give you the first tip, just know that estrogenics have fat-like properties, which means they love being stored in your fat. On average, estrogenics are stored in your fat for almost 2 years. So this means that for 2 years, you need to deal with the fucking consequences of your choices. Now onto the rapid fire tips that changed it all for me. Now we need to avoid phytoestrogens. These are referred to as the plant estrogenic. The two big ones here are cannabis and lavender. So that means no lavender incense and no smoking weed. So when you're smoking weed or you've got a lavender incense around and you're breathing that in, all the estrogenic properties condense in that vapor. They go straight into your lungs, and near the surface of your lungs, you've got your blood vessels. And when your blood vessels come into contact with this estrogenic vapor, it almost immediately absorbs it and transfers all the estrogenic properties straight into your fat storage, where it's there for 2 fucking years. So to recap, no cannabis or lavender incense. Now onto the artificial food coloring estrogenics. Now specifically, red number 3 and red 40. Almost 40% of all food in the US supermarkets have red 40 in it. Red 40, long story short, triggers ADHD, causes hyperactivity, and actually damages your DNA. Next time you're buying something that is colored red and has multiple ingredients in it, check the ingredient list and make sure there's no red 3 or red 40. Now for the herbicide estrogenics. So what you need to do here is eat organic and drink filtered water. So all of the herbicides sprayed on the food, it gets leached into our waterways, and when you drink that and you don't have a proper filtration system that gets rid of that as well as the fluoride, the heavy metals and all the other bullshit, you're absorbing that. And then also if you have non-organic food, those herbicides are in the food, so you're obviously eating that and that is entering your body. Now the side effects of having herbicides is it kills your good bacteria, it kills your brain cells, it causes abortions in females, and it also fucks your reproductive system. Now for the fungus estrogenic, known as ZEA. ZEA was actually given to females back in the day as hormone replacement during postmenopause. So once again, we don't want more estrogen in our body. And ZEA is generally found in grains from improper storage. So the mold has built up and created that fungus. So it's sometimes in wheat, and it's also in non-grass-fed meat. So always eat grass-fed and avoid grains as much as you can. Now for the birth control estrogenic. I know what you're thinking, you're like, what? I'm not going to take birth control as a man. But if you drink non-filtered water, you fucking do. So more than 60% of married women worldwide are on the pill, or formerly known as EE2. What do you think happens when they go to the bathroom? They're urinating the pill into the water supply. Do you think the water treatment plants are getting rid of it? No, they're not. So when you have water from the tap and it's not filtered correctly, you're drinking straight estrogen. You're literally drinking straight estrogen. The side effects of this is it causes cancer. As simple as that. So drink your fucking filtered water. Now on to the plastic estrogenic. So I'm sure we all know BPA. We hear BPA free. What we don't hear is BPS free. So BPS is extremely similar to BPA. It's obviously found in plastic and also in coffee cup lining and lids. To avoid BPS, avoid having coffee out daily. I'll be honest, like maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, I'll have one out, and try and have coffee at home as much as you can. And then obviously avoid plastic bottles, straws, etc. Otherwise, you'll start to develop ADHD and hyperactivity. Now for the craziest one is the sunscreen estrogenic. Now avoid the following 3 names. I've got to read it off because it's hard to remember. So we've got benzophenone, 4-methyladenyline and oxybenzone. Just avoid it. This is found in sunscreen, soaps, and moisturizers. Here's the crazy part. Too much sunscreen can overprotect your skin cells and cause cancer. How fucking insane is that? The thing that we put on our body, not me, you, the thing that you put on your body to avoid cancer causes cancer if you use too much. So replace your sunscreen with a timer. Don't be in the sun for too long. Or wear long clothing, a hat, simple. And if you do get burnt, I personally do an ice bath and I also put some aloe vera on my skin. Now the soap estrogenic, triclosan and APEs to be more scientific. It's found in cleaning products, soaps and lubricants. Just another way to get estrogen in your body, so avoid it. Now the fragrance estrogenic, parabens as we know. They are hidden in the ingredient list under fragrances. They're found in soap, deodorant, laundry detergent, and of course, cologne. So once again, it's another way for estrogen to get into your body. But look, this is maybe one of the only things on here, maybe the coffee cup here and there, that I will get a little bit of estrogen for. Because there's nothing like going out with a female and you smell 10 out of 10. So here and there, I'm just saying, don't lather it up all day, every day. If you're using it and putting it on maybe once, twice a week, I think that is okay. Obviously, the less, the better, but you still want to smell good at the end of the day. Now, these are the things to avoid. Let's get into the game plan, the things we can actually fucking apply. Now, for your shampoo and your body soap, avoid red 40 on there and avoid the term fragrance. Look for a natural, clean one. I personally use a soap called Defense Soap. The reason I use that is a lot of fighters use it because it prevents staph infection due to the tea tree oil in there. Secondly, no lavender incense and no smoking cannabis. That's smoking cannabis. Taking edibles are different. I'm no doctor, but I'm just stating the difference there. Now, no soy and no flax seeds. This binds with the opioid receptors in our body, which is the same receptor that heroin binds to. Otherwise, this will cause you cancer. So no flax seeds and no soy, please. Side note, all of these estrogenics we've talked about so far limit your free, usable testosterone in your body. Therefore, when you're reducing the usable testosterone in your body, you don't get the benefits, like your sexual desire, your bone density, your muscle mass, strength, fat tissue distribution, mood, your energy, and your psychological well-being, which are all the benefits you get from having high testosterone. Now, the fourth thing we can do, a part of the game plan, is no plastic bottled water and no tea bags. Interesting one, actually. If you have a tea bag once a day, at the end of 365 days, so 1 year, you've had the equivalent of a credit card worth of plastic that stays in your body. So no tea bag. Now, also to add into that, obviously, filtered water. See if you can get your water from somewhere else, like we get ours from a mountain range, or have like a Zen water filter, for example. One with multiple layers. You've got charcoal in there, rocks. You want to get all of that bullshit out. Fifth part of the game plan is to avoid the food mussels because they are a filter feeder, meaning they eat plankton by siphoning water into from one hole and retains the food and toxins and then siphons that used and let's say we'll call it cleaner water because they've extracted everything from it out the other hole. Now, why is that relevant? Because it sucks in all the heavy metals, all of the EE2, the birth control pill that we spoke about, that's in the waterways. So then you're eating that mussel that has essentially absorbed and eaten all of these estrogenic foods. So it's in the meat. Meat has estrogenics in it. Now, number 6 is avoid canned foods and canned beverages. They've got BPA and BPSs sprayed in the lining of it, so inside of it. And obviously that food or that drink is absorbing it. So 7th is fluoride-free toothpaste, as well as the water, but the toothpaste you use like your Colgate brands, they've got full of fluoride in it. We want to avoid fluoride at all costs. Just makes you a lemon. Obviously, everything else I've mentioned in this video, apply and start implementing ASAP. Now guys, I know this is a lot, but just focus on implementing a few things at a time. Don't go and change everything like that, but slowly implement these things and then try and avoid them at all costs. Now, I know it's impossible to prevent any of these things from affecting you in your life, but you want to prevent these things from fucking your testosterone as much as possible. If you learned something new today, the video popping up on screen now will teach you how to learn anything and actually remember it. I'll see you on there, guys.